Y'all see him in the streets struggling, young, dumb, and thuggin', give a fuck about nothing. Stuck at rock bottom, trying to come up on something. Pumping from sundown to sun.
What's up, guys? Just here. Welcome back to my channel. We're back for the reaction to Game of Thrones on this Game of Thrones Thursday, Season 6, Episode 2, Home. And I'm trying to think whose story arc that title may actually be a reference to. We did see last episode Sansa and her Scooby Gang helped her run away from home, and that was freaking awesome because I am loving that random set of characters that she's now with between Brienne, who's freaking awesome, we got Pod, who's the man, and we also got Theon. I guess it's cool that he's a part of the group because he's been through so much over the last couple seasons being tortured. And I'm definitely interested to see where that group goes from here. But if this episode was titled The Light, I would say Jon Snow has headed towards it. Yes, the Red Woman is still there on site, and she's always seen something in Jon Snow. She's always been intrigued by him. I'm not just talking about his dick either, but I definitely feel like if he's going to be resurrected at some point, she's going to play a major part of it. But yeah, I think I'm pretty much ready to jump in and check out this episode. If you guys are looking for my full reactions, the link to my Patreon is down in the description below. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, now is a very good time to click that button down below. Smash the like button while you're there. With that said, let's jump right in. Let's check it out. Let's go. Are we going back to Bran? I don't think he even appeared for a single scene in Season 5. That's not Bran. Or is it? Oh, okay, that's Bran.
Give him another go, Ned.
That's my father.
Ned?
Put your shield up or I'll ring your head like a bell.
They were all so happy.
So are you.
It's a different time.
My Aunt Lyanna.
It's the first time we've ever seen her alive.
Bonjour.
If he's got giant's blood.
What?
You've got training. Sounds like a fair match to me.
And Lord's it, when he's going for Dortmund later. Bonjour talks.
Hodor.
You leave the fighting to little lords, Willis. Come along now. It's no place for you.
Look at the size of him. If he ever learned to fight, he'd be unstoppable.
Well, he's never going to learn to fight because he's a stable boy. So leave him be.
It is time to go.
I would want to stay too.
Open the door and the men inside can rejoin their brothers in peace.
I can't open that door.
Nobody needs to die tonight.
Fuck, they're coming in. Please, do not hurt ghosts. What's that? Yo! They showed up. Honestly, I don't even care. Kill off these remaining crows.
Fight, you cowards!
Done. Oh! Fight, you cowards! Yeah, looks. That's what happens when you fight.
You fucking traitor.
The only traitors here are the ones who shove their knives into their Lord Commander's heart. Throw them into the cells where they belong.
Yo, he's stepping up huge.
All of a sudden, she looks my way.
Let's talk about Cersei.
She's used to her brother.
Yeah, they're even getting too cocky because of the sparrows now. And this is probably it for him here. Is he pissing on him? Oh, that's all it took.
Get out of my way.
King's orders, Your Grace.
You're barring me from attending my own daughter's funeral.
Forgive me, Your Grace. By the King's command, I cannot let you pass.
I kind of wanted her to let him loose on him.
Do you know why we use these stones? To remind us not to fear death. Your sister sought the gods' mercy and atoned for her sin.
What about my sins?
Not holding him responsible.
What atonement do I deserve?
You would spill blood in this holy place.
The gods won't mind. They spill more blood than the rest of us combined.
Go on then.
Yo, he's got protection. Are they coming for Jaime right now?
I fought against worse odds.
No doubt many of us would fall. But who are we?
Yo, he's getting
Every one of us
brave.
is poor and powerless. And yet together we can overthrow an empire.
This High Sparrow, he is trouble, man. They gotta get rid of him.
Daenerys is the Dragon Queen. Can't very well let the dragons starve, that's obvious. Dragons do not do well in captivity.
How do you know this?
That's what I do. I drink and I know things.
I think I've seen that quote on a t-shirt before.
They have affection for their friends, and fury for their enemies. I am their friend.
Do they know that?
They will. It's time they had their supper.
Yo, they don't know Tyrion though. He would just be an appetizer for them. Varys was smart enough to stop walking. He just let him go by himself. They don't know Tyrion at all. I don't know what made him think this would be alright.
I'm friends with your mother.
I would have sent someone else.
I'm here to help. Don't eat the help.
One wrong move, and he is lunchtime. The other one's like, me too. He's like even leaning over for him. Varys is in shock.
Next time I have an idea like that, punch me in the face.
What's your name?
Oh, is Arya just gonna get beat on all season? I don't want to see this.
No one.
I know this is training, but
Oh,
sucks to
you
see.
don't believe that.
She's got a long way to go.
The girl says her name, and then we'll give her eyes back.
A girl has no name.
She's in it for the long haul. He's pleased. Jägermeister gave her the choice, gave her the chance.
We know where she's going. Her brother's at Castle Black. Ned Stark's last surviving son.
Jon Snow's a bastard, not a Stark.
So was I. With a small force, we could storm the castle, kill Jon Snow.
Murder the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch.
This will be the undoing of the Boltons if they go through with this.
If you acquire a reputation as a mad dog, you'll be treated as a mad dog. Taken out back and slaughtered for pig feed.
My lords, Lady Walder has given birth. A boy. Red cheek.
Oh shit.
Congratulations, father. I look forward to meeting my new brother.
He looks forward to killing his new brother.
You'll always be my firstborn.
Thank you for saying that. It means a great deal to me.
What? I'm not mad, but what?
Send ravens to all the northern houses. Roose Bolton is dead.
Wow.
Poisoned by our enemies.
Oh, this is brutal. Ramsay might be the worst in this show.
Where is your father?
This is not good.
Where is Lord Bolton?
I am Lord Bolton.
He's your brother.
He is ruthless, though. He just killed his own father.
I prefer being an only child.
It's a dark line.
I never make amends to your family for the things I've done. And I'll keep you safer than I ever could.
You're not coming with us?
I would have taken you all the way to the wall. I would have died to get you there.
You just gonna leave?
Where will you go?
Where the hell will he go?
Home.
That bridge is a little bit too rickety for my liking. You know, he's gonna go over. Who's this?
Let me pass. Fool, move aside for your king.
Oh, he's done.
Haven't I always, brother? I thought you'd be rotting under some foreign sea by now.
What is dead may never die.
What kind of an ironborn loses his senses during a storm?
I am the storm, brother. The first storm and the last.
Alright, this guy seems a little bit crazy. Ooh! I don't think he survived that.
I'm going to find out who did this. I'm going to feed them to the sharks while they live. I swear it by the Salt Throne.
The Salt Throne is not yours to swear upon. Not unless the King's Moot chooses you.
She's the best one they got, at least from what I've seen. She's wearing her amulet.
I assume you know why I'm here. It's about the Lord Commander.
The former Lord Commander.
Does he have to be?
Are we going to see the resurrection of Jon Snow this episode?
Disease on your soul.
I hate the smell of hair burning. I could not be a warlock just because of that fact. The only thing I'm concerned about now, if this does work, and I'm pretty sure it will, is he gonna come back the same? Can't help but think of movies like Pet Sematary, where you bring someone back from the dead. You're not bringing back who was originally alive. It's getting intense now. Come on, Jon Snow. I'm waiting for it. Keep waiting. Don't give up hope, people. Give a sign. Move a finger or something, please. Give us some hope, please, going into the next episode. Ghost notice something. He's alive. Alright guys, that was Game of Thrones Season 6, Episode 2, Home. And this was a solid episode. I gotta say though, right off the bat, this episode kind of felt like a season premiere to me. Not so much a second episode. I don't know if it was just me. Maybe it was because when they started out with Bran, we haven't seen him in so long. So to catch up with him, he's definitely older, which was pretty cool to see. He's kind of grown before our eyes in the show. Like, the very first season, I don't know how old he is, or how old he was, and then how old he is here, but it's pretty cool to see that he is growing up quite a bit. And I don't think we saw him a single scene in Season 5, so for him to come back just randomly at the start of Season 6, Episode 2, here you go, here's Bran, here's what he's been up to. That was pretty cool, but yeah, like I was saying, it definitely felt like a season premiere thing, more than just a random second episode thing, but this was a pretty good episode because a lot went down, so as always, there's going to be a lot to discuss. I don't know where to start, if we should start at the very end. I guess we might as well start there because there's definitely something else I do want to touch on, a couple things involving Ramsay. But yeah, let's go to the very end because that's one of the good things. I definitely want to start with that. Jon Snow has been resurrected. I never really thought that he was dead because I always thought that he was like a mainstay in the show. Kind of like the star, like him, Khaleesi, Tyrion. There are other people that did think that was going to be the star though, like Robb and Ned. But let's forget about them. R.I.P. They're in the past now, unfortunately. Although we did see little Ned this very episode, the very start of the episode. That was pretty cool. Going back to that, I will get back to Jon Snow in a second. Give me a second here. We also saw little Hodor, even though he wasn't very little, even when he was little. But I guess he did speak normally at first. That's pretty crazy. I didn't know that. I thought he was always, I don't know what the word is that they actually say. Just, I guess we could say a little bit slower. I always thought he was like that. I didn't know that he was like a regular boy at first. He might have had some issues, but yeah, I guess something actually happened to him. I wouldn't be surprised if we find out through Bran's visions what exactly went down, and hopefully we get to see more Ned as well. But yeah, let's go back to the very end of the episode. Jon Snow is alive. Thank fuck. Thank the Lord of Light, the God of Fire, whatever you want to call him, because he has been resurrected. My main question, though, and I did bring this up during the episode, is bringing him back from death. What kind of effect is that going to actually have on Jon Snow? Is he going to be the same Jon Snow that was alive? Because I always think back to Pet Sematary. Whenever I think of like people coming back from dead in shows, that's what I always go back to. And yeah, we know in that movie, I never actually read the book, but we know in that film that they do not come back the same. So that's why I'm a little bit concerned how Jon Snow is actually going to be moving forward. Now that he has been resurrected, is this going to be the same Jon Snow that we knew and loved before? Or is he going to be a little bit darker? We shall see. But it was definitely great that he was brought back this episode. And nobody even knows yet because everybody actually left the room right after their little ceremony that they did. The Red Woman. I'm always going to look at her differently now too. But she did what she had to do. And I guess finally I got a prediction right. And I was pretty spot on with this prediction as well. I got to kind of pat myself on the back there for once because I definitely thought with her on site that she was going to play a major part in the resurrection of Jon Snow. And that's exactly what she did. So she finally did something good, I guess you could say. She's now, I guess I'm a fan of her once again, even though we do know what she actually looks like without that necklace amulet thing. But yeah, she did a good thing. She brought Jon Snow back. My only concern now is, like I said, is he going to be the same Jon Snow? I guess we have to wait and see. Our answers should be answered moving forward. At least I hope so, because I wouldn't be surprised if he does have like a darker edge to him moving forward, but I really hope not. It would just be great that we get the regular one back, but with these types of things, like, there's always a consequence for the actions. You shouldn't mess with the dead. But while we're speaking about the dead, this episode, we saw a couple deaths. The first one I do want to start with, we saw a couple fathers die, actually, I should say. The first one I want to start with is Lord Bolton. He is no more, stabbed in the gut, just like what he did to fucking Robb, King Robb, I should say. I was going to say Robert Stark, but Robb Stark, King Robb, exactly what he did to him, stabbing him in the gut. What was the words, the final line that he actually said to Robb? The Lannisters send their regards? Well, fucking Street Justice sends his regards because, motherfucker, you deserve that. That was so brutal. Ramsay, I did not expect that. That whole scene and sequence caught me off guard. Once it was announced, like, let's go back to the whole scene and how it all played out. So Ramsay's there. It's announced that Lord Bolton has had a son, legitimate son, who I feel like is going to take the place of Ramsay, but Lord Bolton actually kind of lets him off easy, lets Ramsay know that, no, you're always going to be my firstborn. Even though you were a bastard, you were made my firstborn. Well, I guess he was his firstborn before, but, or was he? He may have had other children out there. I really don't know the history, the lineage of Lord Bolton, but I do feel in that moment that he kind of like gave him peace of mind, letting him know that he's still his firstborn, that he has nothing to worry about now that he does have a little brother. So immediately my thoughts went to, all right, Ramsay's going to kill that baby. And yes, he did, but not the way that I thought he would, because in that moment, he just killed his father, stabbed him in the gut, exactly like he had done to King Robb. He deserved it. So it was nice to see him go, but then right after he went down, I'm like, oh fuck, do we really want Ramsay in charge? Because that might be even worse. The one good thing about Ramsay being in charge, though, I feel like he's a little bit too aggressive where he's going to fuck up. Even in that scene there, Lord Bolton was trying to teach him, like, the ways. Like, you got to be smarter. I forget the exact words that he was saying, but he basically said something like, if you're a rabid dog or a pig or something, you're going to get fed with the pigs. But basically, if you're a shithead, you're going to be treated like a shithead. I think that was the moral of the story, but clearly that was in one ear and out the other for Ramsay, because that same scene right after that, he kills his own father. And then, oh man, that scene right after that was so brutal when he calls for, I never got her actual name. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know the bigger girl, but Lord Bolton's girl. He calls her and the baby. She just gave birth. Like, he could have just let her go. Like, he didn't really need her at that point in time, but I guess he kind of had to kill her off if his story about the poisoning of his father is going to ring true throughout the land. So I don't know if that's the reason why he killed her. I don't feel like he really had to kill her, but we know Ramsay. He was probably just enjoying it. Then slowly he brought her to the dogs and he let them all out one by one, like unlocking their cages. That was such a brutal scene. Thankfully, they didn't actually show us everything, but they pretty much showed us as much as they could without any gore, because the dogs, we saw them running right up to her, holding the baby. R.I.P. to both of them, but he did have a pretty badass line right before he did that when Ramsay was like, I prefer being an only child. That was pretty fucking dope. Also pretty dark, but pretty fucking dope. I actually really enjoyed that. But now that Ramsay's in charge, it seems like his plan is to take the fight or go right to the wall and take out Jon Snow. He doesn't even know that he was previously killed, but he wants to go there and kill him off because he knows that Sansa's actually going there. He is smart about that, but I do gotta talk about Sansa as well. Sansa and Theon. Oh man, that was actually an emotional scene, but yeah, I guess that's where Ramsay's going now. I don't know if they're gonna kind of build that up throughout the season where he's finally gonna arrive episode 9. We don't know if this is gonna be one of the final good episode 9s. I have no idea. Someone let me know that at some point the episode 9 starts sucking, or like the stride that they had, the streak of good episode 9s is no more. But up until now, we're in season 6, and I gotta say, I've enjoyed every single episode 9 up until this point. I wouldn't say that they've gotten better and better, but there's been some good ones, some really standout ones, and I really hope that the streak continues. Who knows, maybe the streak is already over in some people's eyes or some people's opinions, but at least in mine, the streak wages on. So yeah, hopefully it continues on for season 6. But yeah, that's definitely where I'd imagine Ramsay's going to go from here on out. He's going to take the battle to the wall, try to kill Jon Snow, and try to get back Sansa. Doesn't even need her at this point. Like, he should just let them all be free. But we know Ramsay, he's sick in the head. He's a son of a bastard. He's the bastard of a father. I guess no more. They kind of changed that. But now that he's Lord Ramsay Bolton, Kind of like what I was saying about Cersei, everybody needs to watch out because they're not to be fucked with or trifled with. But speaking of Cersei really quick, not even so much about her that I want to touch on, but just the mountain, the one scene where that one peasant was like talking shit about Cersei and her walk and about having his way with her or some shit like that. He was caught in an alleyway afterwards, just taking a piss. The mountain walks up or creeps up on him. He turns around very slowly. He like looks up, and then the mountain is kind of a joke scene where he's just like, the guy just bashes his head, slaughtered against the wall. That was freaking hilarious, but freaking awesome to see. I can't wait to see more of the mountain this season when he's actually let loose and unleashed. Man, Cersei is gonna fucking be the last one laughing. I have a feeling about that. But speaking of being unleashed or unchained, the dragons this episode, I feel like I'm having a lot of good segues for this outro here. But yeah, the dragons, or the remaining 2 dragons that were still chained and locked up. Tyrion, man, that was super brave on his part because I would not be the one to actually go down there and be the ones to free them. I guess if it does work out, yes, you have some dragons on your side. It doesn't hurt to be on the dragon's good side, but if they wouldn't have listened and they just would have gobbled them up, that would have been the end of Tyrion Lannister, which really would have sucked. Obviously, that never would have actually happened in the show, but thinking about it, I definitely would not have been, let me try to form these words correctly here. I definitely would have been the one to go down there and free them myself. I would have sent one of the peasants because all it takes is like a wrong look and they'll gobble you right up. But hey, at least for now, I guess they're free once again. I wouldn't be surprised if they leave though and go and try to find the mother of dragons and bring her back, fly her back home to, I guess that's their home now, Merin, right? So I definitely see them going out there though to get her back. We shall see how that all plays out. But what else was I going to touch on? There was something else. Oh, the other father being killed as well, which is Greyjoy, Father Greyjoy or Lord Greyjoy. I was never a fan of his character. Like, he's always been a shithead. Even before when I kind of liked Theon and he went back home to try to get him for the help with King Robb. He was always a dick back then too, come to think of it. So yeah, screw Lord Greyjoy. Like, I really don't care about his death at all. Rest in fucking piss for all I care, really. But I did think his daughter would take his place, Yara, because I do feel like she's deserving of it. But I guess it's his brother that's going to try and steal the show right now. We don't really know much about him, or anytime that he has been brought up, I don't feel like he has been mentioned. Maybe he has, like, here and there, but I haven't really paid much attention to it, if I'm being honest with you guys. I don't know if he's had more attention in the novels, but I guess he's back. He's now here, so he's now here to take over the Greyjoys. I guess be Lord Greyjoy once again, but I do feel like Yara is most deserving of it. I don't know what exactly is going to come of that. Maybe she's gonna have to feud with him for the rightful leadership. I have no freaking idea, but she's got my vote as of right now in regards to who should take the king's place when it comes to the Greyjoys. But there's something else I did want to touch on. What else am I missing? Because Jon Snow, Bran, the return of Bran, which was great to see. I guess the only other thing I really need to touch on, I kind of already did, is Theon, and the fact that he's now going to be leaving Sansa, going back home. And I was just talking about the Greyjoy, so the home that he's going to be going back to is going to be freaking chaos. So I don't know how they're going to accept him, because they might even think that he's still undercover for the Boltons. So that should definitely be interesting. I don't know how I feel about Theon anymore, though, because that was actually a great scene with Sansa this episode. The last few episodes, I feel like they're really trying to redeem him, but now that he's leaving her, I don't know if he's going to be alive much longer. That might have been his redemption arc right there. Now he heads home, and I don't know if they're going to kill him off. Yara, she might still fight for him, but she fought for him up until this point so hard already. She tried to save him, and he pushed her away. So yeah, I really don't know what's going to happen when he finally heads home, but home was the episode title, so I guess that was one of the main things that was actually touching on in regards to which character. But I think I'm going to end it there, guys. This was actually a great episode. Like I said, though, it really felt like a season premiere, which is kind of a weird feeling considering it was the second episode. But either way, I enjoyed it. As always, definitely let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. If you guys can subscribe, it really helps my channel grow. Until next time, I am out. Enjoy your day. Peace.
Well, I didn't smoke enough for you, didn't drink enough for you, wasn't fun enough for you, wasn't good enough for you, damn. You play me like a yo-yo and shit. Well, I am not the one to be yo-yo, and when you put that shit on me, then I watch you leave, let you back in, you came back in and shit on me, drag me along for a week.